Alright, it's day number 29, and today I'm gonna share with some of my thoughts that I came up with some analysis over the past month. And this time I will try to make this video better in terms of watching, I guess, because I will try to apply this voice like I'm holding another phone in order to have better voice, and at the same time I will try to cut out some moments when I'm making pauses and stuff like this. Without being said, I would just start telling about everything. First of all, I would mention what happened today per day, or I can mention about this in the end. I don't think it's really important, but in order not to return to this, I would rather tell it about this right now. And by the way, I changed again the angle. I don't know why I don't like all the angles I'm trying. And me as a perfectionist, I'm always trying to improve something, to find a case scenario when I like everything. So yeah, this time it will be like this. Next time probably I'm gonna change it again. I don't know, we will see. And yeah, so today it was a weird day because I started it pretty well. In the morning I managed to allocate 1 hour and 30 minutes to study accounting, even though I wanted to study 2 hours, but it would shift a bit my day and I wouldn't be able to execute my following tasks. Because after this I went to the gym, and after gym I went to buy some groceries. I returned, I had a breakfast, and I went into university because I kind of had a class. But when I arrived, the teacher didn't came, and our class, it turned out that our class is cancelled, but nobody warned us. Nobody warned us about this. And nobody said it, nobody mentioned about this. So as a result, I just wasted an hour going to university and to get home. And the worst thing, it broke my focus, because when I arrived home, I picked up my phone and I started doing nothing. Then I realized, wait, I need to return studying, and one of new things that I would like to do is to write some things in Medium. It's an application, a platform when you can read lots of articles and you can write your own. And I remember several months ago I've already done one. I wanted to record a video about that article about sleep deprivation, but I was too lazy, so I haven't done this. And this time I came up with some more ideas that I would like to not even to share, but to save them in this way, because it's really useful to return to this every now and then, to reread this, because sometimes really interesting thoughts attend my mind, and I better write them down. I better save them in a structured way, in a clear way, because rereading them allows me to remember about some things that normally I tend to forget. Yeah, so I allocated about an hour, trying to even more, hour and a half, to write an article, and I wrote only one part of 5 parts that I had to write. So there are lots of information that I still want to write down. But after this, I proceed executing my other tasks that I had per day, because yesterday in evening I scheduled today. I made a schedule for today. And I spent 1 more hour and 30 minutes to study accounting, and it's something that I have to grind tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, because I will have a test in 3 days and I will have exam in 6 days, in 7. So I literally need to prepare, and in total I spent 3 hours preparing, which is not bad. But I would like honestly to spend more time. So after this, I was studying French for 1 hour, and also I allocated 30 minutes reading a book and studying English. In total, I have 6 hours per day of studying, which is not really bad, but I'm not really satisfied with this result because I knew I can do better, and it turned out that I forgot even to schedule economics to study today, which something is that I also have to learn, because I have an exam in about 8, 9, 10 days. I don't really remember, but it doesn't matter. I mean, anyway, I have an exam and it's one more subject that I have to study, so I need not to forget about this tomorrow. And in total, as I mentioned, in one moment everything went wrong and I didn't really have desire to study. After the moment when I pick up my phone, when I especially listen to the music, I listen a lot of music, and then I'm overwhelmed by dopamine, and it's really hard to focus and to force myself to continue studying. But I managed to do this, and it's something really good, because even I'm gonna start talking about my analysis. One of the things that I realized, and that I also heard watching some interesting videos, illuminating videos, I would say, is that the difference between disciplined and non-disciplined people, I don't know, can I put it in this way? The difference is that one group of people is able to return in a day, in 2 days, and another group of people returns only in a month, in a year, or just never. And it's very true, because, for example, as I noticed out of my experience, sometimes when you have a streak and everything goes well, you don't want to give up, but as only something went wrong and you really have a desire to abandon, you don't really want to continue, and as a result you're waiting for a perfect moment to start again. And it's the biggest misconception to wait till that moment, because indeed it will happen. It will never happen anyway. You're gonna start in one of the moments when you're not prepared, and it's totally okay. So never wait for the perfect moment, and even if during the day something went wrong, you still have lots of time before you are going to sleep to study, to improve yourself, and to use your biggest investment wisely, because the biggest investment you have is yourself and your time. And now I'm looking at time and it's 10 p.m. and I really want to go to sleep, but yeah, I want to wake up earlier today. I woke up at 6:45, which is pretty good, but my aim still is to wake up at 5:30. And for example, even now, if I would fall asleep right now, in the best case scenario, I would be able to wake up at 6 a.m. Yeah, so I need to go to sleep even before 10 p.m. Alright, the next thing that I would like to say, and that I would like even not to say but to mention, your time is our business. I noticed this phrase several days ago while driving by car with my family. I was sitting as a passenger looking in the window, and I've seen a huge car with an inscription, "Your time is our business. And it's one of the things that is crucial to remember, because you should realize that your time is literally an important and essential resource that you are deciding when do you want to direct it. You are choosing the trajectory, the direction for your time, because you can spend it studying something, investing in yourself, investing in your mind. You can spend it, for example, working, also investing in yourself, because it will allow you to make some money, and then it's whether investment, whether just more freedom, more opportunities, you decide what to do with those money. Or you can, for example, waste this time watching Instagram reels, and due to this due to watching those reels, indeed you are a consumer and you are consuming a content, you are bringing some views, and people make money due to this, simply make money, and you don't even realizing this, but you are promoting a specific social media, you are promoting some accounts, and it seems like I'm only one viewer, but as a result people have millions of views. And sometimes it's better to become a creator rather a consumer, which is a really interesting idea, because I'm really thinking about start maybe Instagram, TikTok, when I'm gonna make short videos about this challenge, because it's something that might be really profitable, that might be really interesting, at least in terms of experience. And I want to start doing it, because when you are busy with creating, you don't really have time to consume, and it's true. And yeah, that's one of the things that I would like to try. Maybe in the sooner future I'm gonna try it, who knows. So, but remember that your time, it's someone's business, and only you decide. It's your own business, because you're investing in yourself, or you are allowing to someone steal your time and use it for their aims and for their success, especially when you don't do anything for this, aside of engagement, of course. And it's okay sometimes when you allow yourself to watch 15, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour per day. It's okay if you have 5 hours beside this that you are allocating to study. I don't know why my back hurts a bit. It's really weird. So the next thing, one of the most important things that I realized, it's a power of scheduling a day. Every day you wake up and you always have different mood. In my case, I always have, not always, it's tied with something that is going on to me over the past several months, but my mood is horrible, indeed horrible. But it doesn't mean that my following day must be ruined just because of my mood in the morning. And I allow myself thinking about everything, and it gets me out of my way, and I can keep my trajectory, especially when I have to remember about all the tasks that I have to execute. My brain feels as I have too much and I don't even want to start this. That's why you should find some aims that you want to strive for. You should write them down, and every day schedule your next day in order to start executing those tasks since the morning, because you doesn't really allow your brain to think about something when you have some aims, you have some tasks that you have to execute, and you are just going and you are just starting and executing them. So scheduling a day is a really powerful tool that I started to use only recently, but I hope I won't abandon this, because today it allowed me to return on my way, to return on my track, and to keep studying. I guess if I didn't have this schedule today, I wouldn't really be able to continue studying in the middle of the day. I would keep procrastinating, I guess. So schedule is something really cool, and you don't need to schedule the whole day, each minute of your day. You need to set at least one task that you have to do. You need to find your purpose, to find your aim, and to do one thing every day in order to succeed. You don't need to think about how fast this progress will happen to you, how fast you will be able to achieve. You just have to do something every day, and it will open you more doors. It will broaden your vision, and you will be more obsessed with this idea, which will allow you to spend even more time with this. But it will take some time to get to that point. The first you need to start is to execute in one task every day. In my case, it's normally 3, 4, 5 tasks, and it's not really easy because it takes 5 hours, 6 hours, sometimes 8 hours, and I'm kind of prepared for this because I'm struggling with this scheduling, with this inner discipline over the past year at least. And from time to time I abandon this, and my current period is... I don't know why I don't breathe when I'm talking. So, and this current period, I guess, is the most successful because I've never studied 8 hours per day, I guess. At least consciously and scheduling this, and in a way I'm doing this right now. One of the things also that I would like to mention is that I realized each day is unique, every day is unique, and every day has its own opportunities, and only you decide whether you keep watching reels and waste your time, or whether you are doing something in order to achieve your aim. No matter what the aim you have, to meet some people, to find your significant other, to learn a language, to become an entrepreneur, you need always to start doing something. And every day provides you with this opportunity. Tomorrow won't be better than today. That's why you don't need to postpone those things. You need to start executing them today as soon as possible, because the faster you start, the faster you will broaden your vision, and the more information you will possess of your vision will be clearer. So only we decide, are we gonna use today's opportunity or no? And it's not about studying, about learning for 10 hours in a row, 30 minutes, 1 hour, but every day, and study this consciously to bring some profit, not just trying to play pretend that you are studying. The last thing that I want to mention about is, don't ask why, and don't ask why me, and ask what now. When something bad happens to you, normally it's a challenge that you need to overcome in order to become a person who is prepared for such challenge in the future. Because the more you have in this life, the more responsibility you are getting. And in order to not to solve, I forgot the words. in order to be in charge of this discipline, in order to be in charge of this responsibility, you must be prepared as a person. Each setback, each hard thing hardens us and makes us better prepared for something. And even in my life, I'm going through such a hard period, mental period, but it really learns me a lot of things. I'm realizing a lot of things and I'm starting doing something. Even though I hate this condition, I loathe it when I feel unmotivated, when I feel depressed, or when my mood is horrible and I see gray colors everything around. But I know there's a thing that happened, it's a consequences, but it will be gone in the future. I will be good, and now it made me learn something more, and it made me to become better because I don't have distractions for today. I'm really glad I don't really have distractions, which is very important, because when you constantly have some notifications, it's so hard to keep yourself focused and to keep studying, working, never mind, just to continue doing your thing. So I managed to manage my devices in a way when it doesn't distract me, which is really good. And every time when something bad happens to you, what I meant precisely to say, when something bad happens to you, you don't need to ask why me, you need to ask what now, what you can learn from this, and what are you supposed to do now. You can't just reject the things that happened to you. You can't change this in the past and live another life now. You need to cope with today. And in order to cope with, you must learn how to do this. That's why this thing happened to you. It's really hard, and I can't always adhere to these things that I'm talking about, but it's something that I'm sincerely trying to implement in my life. I guess that's all. If we're talking about main thoughts that I had, main ideas, by and large, I guess that's all. Of course, I had more ideas, but in general, we should schedule our time. We should realize that our time is our biggest resource, and every day provides us with its opportunities. And don't ask why me, but ask what now. You just need it. First of all, it helps you to change a bit your mindset. Instead of being a victim, you are becoming a person who's looking for a solution, which is crucial, because you can't find a solution being a victim. It takes way more time. And also, in general, I was counting how many times I was reading a book. For example, per last month, I started October 8, I finished October 31 the last month, which was only 23 days. But in 23 days, I managed to read the book, for example, 22 times, which in total equals to 12 hours, 30 minutes. It's a great result because I managed to finish one book and I started another one. Just in 23 days, allocating 30 minutes every day to read a book. Not to mention about English, French, other subjects that I was studying. So, the power of such small habits really pays off. And even if we can notice this progress, initially it is. Also, for example, in the beginning, I was allocating 30 minutes to study English. Like now, I also allocating 30 minutes, but I mean per day in total. I didn't hate. I had 2 hours, 15 minutes of studying. 3 hours it was top. But now I have 6, I have 7, I have 8 hours per day of studying. So the most important is literally to start, and then you automatically will be able to improve yourself and to strive for more. At least in my case it worked like this, and if in your case you're gonna try it and it won't work, anyway, small changes is way better than don't do anything. Because yes, one of the things the last thing that I would like to mention is, if you want to achieve something in this life that you haven't achieved yet, you need to start doing something you haven't ever done previously. Because when you have some habits, when you have specific mindset, when you are tend to think in a specific way, when you're inclined to make some special things per day, it creates you as a person, it creates your personality. And sometimes with this personality, it's impossible to reach our aims. That's why we have this path when we have to start something new, when we have to encounter some problems, when we have to face some new challenges in this life. And I'm talking about this, and I know I'm scared about so much things, and I'm rejecting so much potential opportunities, but I'm also struggling with this. For me, it's also something hard, so I'm not talking as a person who already overcame everything, but I'm talking as a person who's going through this path. So it's very important, at least try and realize that you are making those decisions. And I forgot what I was talking about, honestly. I didn't talk about making decisions. Alright, never mind. I guess anyway, I expressed a main idea that I wanted to say. I just like to open it a bit wider. So basically that's all. To summarize my last month, it was a beginning. I didn't even start from the first day. And by the way, it's very important. We don't need to wait till the Monday, till the new week, new month, new year to start. We can start any day, because tomorrow, the same day as the day after tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the same day as next Monday. It's just called otherwise. Also, probably I'm gonna leave a link on my Medium in description, and if someone will have desire to read some things that I'm writing, you will be always able to do this. But for today, that's all. I executed quite a few things, and it's kind of good. So that's all for today, and it was a self-reflection of the last month, and then I will try to make shorter videos just to keep accountability and avoid such long videos, because it really takes lots of effort, and then I need to work with this video. I mean, to cut out some things, to try to apply this voice. Yeah, it's recording. And the harder specific thing is, the harder it is to adhere. So I don't want to make this process really complicated, because I will have a desire to abandon this, but I don't want to abandon this. Alright, that's all for today.